How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another slow cooking video. So today we're going to be making a dessert, and we're making apple and blackberry fruit dessert. Now this is the first slow cooker dessert we've actually made on the channel, and actually that I've ever made. I've always wanted to give one a go but never got around to it. Now as we go through this series, there's plenty of desserts in here, including like chocolate cakes and muffins that all get made in the slow cooker. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the slow cooker on to low, and I'm going to give it a quick spray just to get it all greased up. So I'm going to go round the sides with it and onto the base. There we go, because I don't want any of this getting stuck, and it does tell you to in the recipe. So for this we need 4 apples, which we've got here, which we are going to peel and slice. We need 25 grams of butter, which is still in your fridge. That doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be room temperature because we're going to melt it anyway. We need 500 grams of blackberries. It says frozen and thaw them out. Now, I've got them here, frozen and then thawed out, but I didn't realise until I got them out this morning. I've only got 300 grams. I don't think that's going to be a massive deal breaker because it's still going to have a fair few blackberries in it. Now this serves 8. And there's only 4 of us in this house, so we're going to have a real good feast on this. Now we also need some dark brown sugar, 100 grams of, 2 teaspoons of lemon rind. I have a lemon somewhere here. And then soft breadcrumbs, which I'm just going to blitz them up and make them myself. It says to use half a cup or 40 grams of almonds. I don't like almonds, I'll not be using them. And then 8 tablespoons of whipped creams, which as I've read through the recipe, is completely up to you whether you buy. I bought it not reading like through the method, just getting the ingredients, and it's just for serving at the end, which to be quite honest, this looks like it's going to be more of a crumble. I'm going to be going for custard. So, to start this, what we're going to do is, these raspberries need to be put into a bowl, but sieved, because we're going to save the juices for later, so I'm going to do that right now. Right, so I've just got a bowl here with my sieving, so I'm just going to simply pour the blackberries into it. If I can convince them to come out, there we go. And obviously the juices are running straight through, hopefully. There we go, I think that's them all, so we'll try and just get a bit. Ooh, my missus is going to go nuts because that's the second time I've stained this today. There we go, so I'm just going to leave them there for 2 seconds whilst they drain a bit more. So there we go, that should do. So we've got a nice little bit of juice in there, and then we're just going to put all the blackberries into that bowl. Chuck that over there. And then we're going to put this to one side, so we're going to put this over here for later. And now I need to peel and slice these. Now, if I'm reading this correctly, when it says slice, I believe it says, because it says thinly, I think it's more like when you scallop a potato, so that's what we're going to go with. So I'm going to get that done now. So just to clarify, it just says thinly sliced, so I'm thinking maybe like this, or maybe I can just cut it normally. Let me think. So if I cut it in half, and then quarter it, cut the middle out. I'm going to shift that over. Maybe I can do it like this. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. I've changed my mind. I'm doing it like that. So yeah, that makes it a bit easier, if anything, really. Well, that took forever, but it's done. So I have to mix them all in together now. I could use a spoon, but I just feel like it's just easier to do it with your hand. Yeah, it does mean getting a little bit messy, but so what, that's all a part of cooking. So yeah, I'm just going to make sure that pretty much the blackberries and apples are nicely mixed. Obviously they're not going to be mixed what they should be, just purely because I'm 200 grams short on the blackberries, but it's more for me about getting all the blackberry juice like merged onto the apples, and then we get something that kind of looks like that and that. But yeah, this would be a fun one to kind of make with kids as well if you've got them. But yeah, right, next. So right now I'm just making the breadcrumbs up. I know I'm a bit far away now, it's just a new setup and I can't quite get a plug extension onto the table yet, but I am going to get one soon. But yeah, it's better if your bread's in a little bit stale, which mine in, but it's fine either way, as long as you've got breadcrumbs. Okay, so I'm going a bit OTT with the bowl now, because this is the only one I've got big enough to actually put all this in now. So, Me 125 grams of soft breadcrumbs, perfect, and they are super soft because they're fresh. So I'm going to put my bowl back on there and tear that. So now I need to add in the 100 grams of brown sugar. Okay, so in goes the 101 grams it ended up at, but I don't think the world's going to collapse just because of that. Right, next, 2 teaspoons of lemon rind. Okay, so that is in here now, the breadcrumbs, the dark brown sugar and lemon rind. I'm just going to give it a quick stir around, just to mix it all together nicely. And whilst I'm doing this, I've got behind me on the hob the 25 grams of butter just melting, and then we're going to add that into the mix. So, here we go. That's looking nice and combined. So then it looks like a big, this big mix of breadcrumbs really, which is all it is. But obviously it's a bit sweeter than that. Right, that's it. The butter is melted. So we're going to add this into this breadcrumb mix now, like so. It's not much at all. Like I said, 25 grams into this, what is it now, 225 gram mix. Isn't much, but I'm guessing this is just to make it somewhat sticky. So I'm going to get it all mixed in. Maybe I'm going to regret now not using my fingers for it. But I don't know, we'll find out. Does it say I should use my fingers? No, just combine well. I suppose you can, it's completely up to you. I probably should have done it. I don't really feel like much is happening here, I'm not gonna lie, so I'll show you, I'll come over and show you. So it's still very crummy, which I'm guessing is that we don't want it to turn into like a doughy base or anything. I think too much butter in your wrist, that, don't you? But I don't know, I think I just expected something a little bit different to this, but I'm going to say that is combined well, and we can get on with the final steps, finally. So here we go, finally we've got the POV shot. So it says now we need 1/4 of the breadcrumb mix onto the base, like so. So we're just going to make sure it is spread out nicely. Now I don't know what it never says what litre slow cooker you should be using, well, this recipe is for, should I say. So obviously we don't want to put too much of it in because, you know, it might be for a smaller slow cooker. Now I do believe they are for the family one, especially when it's serving 8. So we don't need to exactly be neat, you know, this is an art, it's cooking. Some people might think of it as a form of art, which I can get, but for this video and for my skill, shall we say, yeah, we definitely don't need to be too neat. Then 1/3 of the blackberry and apple mix, which is about that, I'd say. Maybe just a bit more, yeah, a bit more. So these have been just mixed with each other for quite a while now, so all the flavours will be fairly mixed anyway. Like I said, I'm not really bothered about it being too neat. So then once it's like that, we'll go again with the breadcrumb mix. So I'm going to try and sprinkle it maybe a bit more now. But I've got a wet spoon, so it's kind of clumping. See, I'm not really sure about. You see, there's no, sound like a child, there's no pictures in my book, but so obviously you can't really understand what it's meant to look like. So I don't know if it is meant to be perfectly layered, or if it is just meant to be crummy there, bit of fruit, crummy, bit of fruit, you know. So I'm just gonna really kind of wing it. Oh God, there we go. Keep ending up with all the blackberries. Kinda. See, because the last layer, which I don't have much of the breadcrumb mix, to be fair, so I think what I'm going to do, instead of doing it in quarters, is that we're going to really be, you know, get the fruit on now, like this, and then we're going to stick the rest of the breadcrumb mix on top of the, I have to say, it smells really nice. Right, and now, I'm just going to block the shot for a minute. I'm going to get all the breadcrumb mix. Obviously you could always make some more if you're running a bit short or whatever. Because I'd definitely say, because you think there was meant to be another 200 gram of blackberries in here. I don't know, but we'll see. So, that's it pretty much layered up. That's what we've got at the moment. So, we're going to cover it and cook it for 5 to 6 hours. Doesn't say anything about the remainder of the juices, so I'm guessing we just don't need to use these yet. 5 to 6 hours, and I'll see you here. Right, so there we go. It is all done now. So I'm just going to whack it into a bowl and give it a try. Let's have a quick look at how it's spooned. Sorry about the shadow. So it's nice and thick consistency. I imagine this is going to go amazing, like just with some custard. Cool. So it's not like the prettiest thing to look at, but that's alright, because it's all about how it tastes. Right, so I'm not going to do it with any custard or anything like that now, because there's just no point doing it for the video. I want to taste it with its actual flavours, so I've made sure I've got a little bit of everything on. And here we go. It's quite nice. I think it'd be nice with more of the breadcrumb mix. Probably make double the amount of that. Weirdly, the apples are still a bit crunchy. I expected them to be softer. You know, having it been in the slow cooker for like 5 hours. But yeah, it's alright. I'd make it again. Yeah, it's nice that. Definitely, I'll definitely make it again. So I hope you enjoyed this little video for this slow cooker dessert. If you did, obviously leave me a like, drop me a comment and let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any desserts you think I should give a go for slow cookers. Or anything really for the slow cooker, if you know any good recipes. And yeah, if you're not already, obviously subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.